So it all boils down to this, folks. 12 teams remain, of course, as they try to compete to get through to the illustrious, the lucrative Champions League group stage. But who's going to go in, who's going to go out? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video today. We look forward to the old 2021-2022 Champions League playoff round, first legs, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new, where you been, boys? Smash your subscribe and get your bang up to date with all things Champions League related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We're going to go here under one rooski. That's right, of course. So we have 12 teams remaining. I believe only 6 spots are up for grabs. That's right. It all boils down to this. We have been looking at this since all the way back, since the 22nd of June. That's right, the preliminary stages. Of course, the best team that's competed out of this 12. I would say probably Ludogorets Razgrad. I think they've been knocking on the door. Malmo as well, been there or thereabouts for a little bit. So these are the biggest winners so far, but of course they've still got another hurdle to get. And we'll take a look at that, of course, in a second. But of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the Patreons. Thank you for your love, and of course, do appreciate the support. And again, if you're interested, check out the links down below. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Facebook, and of course, we are on Patreon. So check that out if you want a support channel in another way. Become the next brother from another mother. Also, check out the links for the Discord. It is wide open. So let's take a look back then, shall we? Of course, of the recent matches. I'm actually just confirming this now. Ludogorets Razgrad are the biggest winners. They did take part in the first qualifying round, which was in July. Of course, the preliminaries that did involve a couple of teams, but none of those guys are still here. But Ludogorets Razgrad are there. Malmo got into also at that stage as well, so they're still here, still chipping away, and of course getting ever so closer. Ferencvaros also in the thick of things as well. So there's at least 3. Sheriff Tiraspol have got it all to do, though. We'll take a look at all that in a minute. Of course, big shout out those to you guys. But anyway, let's get cracking. Have a look then at how I got on last time around. With, of course, a recap of the second legs, my picks. And, of course, I'll bring you up to date with the aggregate scores. Kicking it all off with FC Sheriff. They did take care of business against Red Star Belgrade. They won 1-0 on the night. 2-1 was my pick. Mine's picks on the left, the real deals on the right. We'll tell you about the aggregate score in a minute. Slavia Prague against Ferencváros. Slavia Prague won 1-0 on the night, but I believe it's not good enough for them to go through, as we already see Ferencváros into the next stage. Shakhtar Donetsk did take care of business against KRC Genk. My pick was a 3-0 win. It was actually a 2-1 win, so I got the right amount of goals in the game, but unfortunately not right, but close enough. Meanwhile, Ludogorets Razgrad, they go through. Olympiacos go out. It was a 2-2 final score on the day. 2-1 for me, going in favour of Olympiacos. Olympiacos tumbled down into maybe the Europa League. We'll look at that in another video. Meanwhile, FC and Midtjylland took on PSV. Of course, they lost on aggregate. PSV did win on the night as well, 1-0 win. I went with Midtjylland, but of course it wasn't going to be enough either way. Monaco did beat Sparta Prague 3-1 on the night, 3-0 for me, not too shabby there. Young Boys Bern did beat CFR Cluj from Romania. Of course, Young Boys Bern will go through, I believe so. We'll confirm all of that in just a second. Legge also lost on the night to Dinamo Zagreb, who go through, 1-0 win for them. 2-0 was my pick, of course. And Rangers tumbled out, of course. They couldn't turn around the deficit. In fact, they actually lost on the day, 2-1 win for Malmö, big win for them. Of course, Rangers tumbled into the Europa League as well. And Benfica did beat Sparta Moscow 2-0 on the night. 3-1 was my pick. Let's take a look at the aggregate scores. So Sheriff go through, as do Ferencváros. They're joined by Shakhtar Donetsk, about 14 winners. Ludogorets Razgrad go through on penalties or something. Was it penalties? Anyway, they're through anyway. PSV Eindhoven joined them as well. 4-0 win on aggregate. Monaco also through, 5-1 win. Young Boys Bern go through as well. 4-2 winners. Of course, Legge also go out. Dinamo Zagreb go through. Of course, so did Malmo. They're joined by Benfica, all in the next round. Of course, we'll take a look at that next round. We're going to jump straight in the deep end and have a little look at it then, shall we? Of course, kicking all off with Salzburg. They're going to be taking on Brondby. It is Austria up against the Danes, of course. All matches taking place on the 17th and the 18th of August. So let's jump in the deep end and have a little look at these two sides then, shall we? Of course, they never played each other, of course, heading into this. Of course, Salzburg managed by Matthias Jazel these days, of course, taking over the reins from Jesse Marsch, who went over to Leipzig in the summer. Taking on Brondby, of course, managed by Niels Fredriksson. They come into this, though, back to back-to-back defeats, though, Brondby. That's, of course, over in the Danish Super League, losing to Copenhagen. They also lost to Nordsjælland as well, so not too great for them. Of course, they're jumping in at this stage, so they're coming in this a little bit rusty. As for Salzburg, they come into pretty good form for them. Of course, they did beat Admira Warawaka in the Austrian League, and also beating some other team in the top flight over in Austria as well. Look at the biggest odds on this one. We do have 6-1 on. It's just that's where they are. Red hot favourite. 6-1 is your draw. 14-1 is your long shots. That's Brondby. This is my pick for the first leg. We'll come back for the second leg as well after this one. But I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Salzburg. And again, that'll be a comfortable win at this stage. Not completely out of it for Brondby, but of course they'll have a lot of work to do to get on through. Next up, of course, we have Shakhtar up against Dinamo Zagreb. Of course, Shakhtar doing okay. Played each other 6 times in 2010. 4 wins for Zagreb, 1 for Tiraspol, and 1 draw. The biggest win. I've got a 7-6 win here. I'm not even sure what the heck that's all about, a 7-6 win. The biggest win going the other way was a 4-0 win for Zagreb. Of course, they've actually scored 16 goals compared to the 8 over the course of those 6 matches. Last time I played the Tiraspol was a 3-0 win for Zagreb back in 2013 in the Champions League qualifying campaign in the 3rd round, I believe. So it's a 3-0 win last time around in Georgia, the country. Last time around, or heading into this, of course, Tiraspol did beat Razgrad Belgrade. They also did beat Dinamo Auto over in the Georgian top flight there, of course, 7-1. As for Zagreb, they're coming to this beating Gorica, of course, 1-0 win over in the Croatian league. I believe Legia also was also been humbled. Back-to-back 1-0 wins for Zagreb. 10-3 is your Tiraspol, 2017 is your 2017 on is your Zagreb, 23-10 is your draw. I'm going with the draw myself on this. I think Sheriff will be a little bit stubborn to beat at the home leg, and of course we'll have all to do in the second leg. And I think Zagreb will be content with that. Not be happy, but of course content. Next up, of course, have a bit of a zinger. It is Monaco up against Shakhtar Donetsk. Either of these two sides can be a major problems for any of the sides waiting in the group stages. They played each other just the once since 2015. It was a friendly with a 3-0 win for Shakhtar Donetsk. That was all the way back in 2015. Heading into this, Monaco started their League on campaign with a bit of a whimper. Just played 2, of course, just 1 point. Picking up a point against Nantes at home. They did lose to Lorient as well. However, they had a decent qualifying round against Sparta Prague, heading into scoring 5 goals over the two games. As for Shakhtar Donetsk, over in the Ukrainian top flight, been okay for them. Just the one loss out of the past 4 games. Of course, they come into the back of a win against Metalist Kharkiv, 2-0 win. I think it was on the weekend. What do we have on this one? 6-4 on is your Monaco, 3-1 is your draw, 50-4 is your Shakhtar Donetsk. Again, it's not over after the first legs, but I'm going to give it to Monaco, 2-1 win, which will leave it all to do in the second leg. And of course, a 1-0 win might be enough. I don't know what's the rules on this, but anyway, a 2-1 win for Monaco. Next up, we have Young Boys Bern. This is on Wednesday, taking across Ferencváros, so one of the boys that have been here from the get-go, from the way back in July. They're going to hope to get a little bit closer this time around. Taking on, of course, Young Boys Bern from the Swiss. Played each other 0 times. This will be the first time they play each other. Of course, heading into this, Ferencváros coming to this on the back of a 4-1 win over Metrozovsky over in the Hungarian top flight. Heading into this, of course, they did take on Slavia Prague and they won on aggregate, 2-1 win, I think, on total. As for Young Boys Bern, they come to this beating Litau, coming out of the Swiss league. They also beat CFR Cluj as well. They did lose to Sion and picked up a draw over Grasshopper over in the top flight over in the Swiss. So not great form. Of course, the bookies odds on this one, we have 22-11 on is your Young Boys. They are your red hot favourites. 11-4 is your 11-2 is your Ferencváros on this one. Tough one, this one. Going to go with a 2-0 win though for Young Boys Bern to get themselves off to a bit of a zinger. And of course, probably one step into the next round. One tippy-toe into the next round. Into the final 2 now we have Malmo. Rangers conquers up against Ludogorets Razgrad. Malmo out of Sweden. Ludogorets Razgrad. Well, they out of Bulgaria. Oh, I should know that. And it is Bulgaria. Of course, they play each other. How many times? No times. This will be the first time they play each other. Of course, John Dahl Thompson is your manager for Malmo. Ludogorets managed by Vladislavs Dublikarkas from Lithuania. Heading into this, of course, Malmo picking up a loss though against Gothenburg. They played that. That was the 15th round of matches over in the Swedish top flight. So they come into this without a win in Sweden for a couple of games, it looks like. At least 2 games. They lost to Gothenburg, picked up a draw against Halmstad. Meanwhile, Ludogorets Razgrad coming to this on the back of that win against Olympiacos, 4-1 win after penalties to come through. Of course, I haven't played in the in their top flight for a while. Look at the bookies odds on this one. We have Malmo 11-10 on. They are your favourites, 23-10 is your 3-1 is your Ludogorets Razgrad. Malmo a difficult side to beat, especially over in Sweden, so I'm going to give them the 2-0 win. And again, advantage Swedish, heading into, of course, the second leg. And they kick it off. It's the final one. It's Benfica against PSV. Of course, these two sides have played each other 3 times in 2011. 1 win apiece and 1 draw. The biggest win. 4, or the only win, should I say, for Benfica was a 4-1 win. The biggest win the other way was a 3-1 win. Last time they played each other, of course, was in Benfica. It was a friendly. It was a 3-1 win going for PSV. They played each other in competitive action. Of course, in Portugal, it was a 4-1 win. Meanwhile, last night played each other over in the Dutch, and it was a 2-2 draw as well. Heading into this, of course, top flight is up and running over in Portugal, and they've kicked off with the back-to-back wins, beating Moriense 2-1, also beating Aroca 2-0 as well. As for PSV, they opened up their campaign with a 2-0 win over Hercules Almelo in the touch top flight as well. Look at the bookies odds on this one. We have 23-20 is your Benfica, 25 is your draw, and 23-10 is your PS Bloody V. Tough one, this one. Going to go with the Portuguese on this one. 3-1 win at home. An away goal. It might help. It might not help. But of course, that's just my take on the matter as we edge closer to, of course, those illustrious group stage. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, of course, as we edge closer to those games. And do you think am I sleeping on the Sheriff, or am I sleeping on the Ludogorets Razgrad? Can they surprise us all and get themselves through to the group stages, the illustrious money stages, of course? And there'll be big boosts for their financial status, a lot of these clubs. But anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions as we edge closer to those second legs, and of course the group stages. But until then, give the video some love and smash your thumbs up. Check out the links down below. I'm on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, of course, Patreon as well. Support the channel in another way, brothers. We're looking for some support, and also check out the Discord. It's wide open. Until then, we are done.